What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions, and I'm gonna get right to it. I think that we are on to something big. I think that we stumbled into whatever it is the UC is trying to prevent us from finding here. All those times they stop us and tell us to leave and not to land, and even landed on the planet after us to give us a hard time. I think we figured it out. And I'm going to take a step back in a second to kind of catch us up on what I think we've stumbled onto. But first off, check this out. We finally found another alien egg in a dung pile, and we took it back to the egg incubator, and we gave it time, and then we threw it out when it was ready. And what is this thing? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be in the water. Maybe it's a flyer. I have never seen it before. I thought it was super cool, and ultimately this video is kind of the story of how we got that manta thing. So stepping back 2 days earlier in game, we were at that civilian outpost on Jemison. We went back to the main city, and in the residential district we caught up with our parents, said hello to them. We did choose the kid stuff trait as one of our 3 traits this playthrough, and we will be continuously running into them or popping back in to see them, because this trait is one of the best in the game. It gives you a ton of perks throughout play at different levels. They give you different things, and it's super cool seeing them out and about. But while we were at New Atlantis, we wanted to go ahead and check in with the UC. One, there was a Freestar diplomat that was getting a hard time at the spaceport, so we helped them out. But then we wanted to see if we could talk to the UC representatives to maybe get them to get off our back a little bit over on Tolliman II. Long story short, Commander John, awesome guy, somehow smooth-talked me into signing up and volunteering for the UC Vanguard. But I've always been told, sometimes when the enemy is strong, you gotta take them out from within, and sometimes you just need to learn about your opposition, and maybe they won't be your opposition any longer. So we're hoping to learn more about the UC and see if we can figure out why they're so against us being on Tolliman II. As an aside, the UC Vanguard faction questline is probably, without a doubt, really, not even probably, my personal favorite faction questline in the entire game. It is incredibly well done. That portion that we just sped through real fast and skipped out the second step, you should definitely take your time going through that hall that has all that information. You press each of those buttons and it gives you a ton of lore. It's one of the biggest and most in-depth lore dump type areas in the game, and it's truly some tremendous writing. So I think I'm not in the minority. I think I'm in the majority that most people agree the Vanguard faction quest line, it could ultimately even have been done as the main quest line, and most people would not have been disappointed or upset. It's an incredible quest line. I'm going to skip through a lot because I don't want to ruin that experience for anybody who hasn't gone through this quest line. We'll hit the highlights, but you should take your time in that initial introductory portion, because again, the exposition and the lore in that area is incredible. But then after that hall, you do a flight simulator, and after that is when you talk to John and you get this first quest. It's your introductory mission, your tryout mission, if you will, and we're supposed to just go and check on this facility, this outpost, and no indication that there was any issue. When we showed up, we could see the wreckage already, and we heard a terrifying creature screech, and we made our way in to find Hadrian. Hadrian is eventually an NPC that we can have as a companion legitimately in the game, and we'll talk about that when we get to that point. It's not until you complete the UC Vanguard faction questline, but Hadrian is super cool. Obviously, in character, we're incredibly intrigued. We were nervous, I won't say scared, but nervous about what was going on. But when we found Hadrian and they let us know that there was some Xeno happenings afoot, we were definitely intrigued and definitely wanted to help out. So that's what you have to do, is help Hadrian figure out what this giant, terrifying creature is, and as you see on screen, it is the notorious terrormorph. I'm not going to go through step by step how I complete this step of the faction questline, because it's ultimately really boring. If you watch me do it, I'd never encounter the terrormorph directly as long as I can help it. I try not to engage with it at all. There are 3 different dual terminals that if you hit both the terminals for each of those 3 groups, then it turns on a triangle of turrets, and you just let the turrets do their job. You can absolutely start this quest line at any level, even level 1 if you avoided leveling until that point, because again, you can use those automated weapons to just take out the terrormorph for you. So this is where we're at in-game, right? Because obviously with the kids stuff, the father is a now retired teacher, so we've been in the settled systems, we're aware of the attack on Londinian, we're aware of the terrormorphs and what they are. We were under the assumption that they were eradicated, and I'm in the field of xenobiology, xenoresearch, and now I'm finding out, oh man, these things exist. Did the UC know? Did they send me there knowingly that this terrormorph was there? Did they have any idea whatsoever? Were they just as blind as I was when I arrived as to what was going on and what the current situation was? A little suspicious in my opinion, right? But then once we talked to Hadrian anyway, after getting the sample, Hadrian tested the sample, confirmed that it was in fact a terrormorph. We went back to Commander John, and Commander John gave us a dual directive for whatever we wanted to get into next. That catches us back up to earlier today. Before heading over to the Sol system, we went back to Tolliman II, so that way we could regroup at base, and we went ahead. You know, we're explorers and scientists, so we checked the surrounding area, happened to find an alien egg at a nearby POI, and that's where we got that manta creature. That's also, though, where we can confirm, I believe, our suspicions at least, that something is going on Tolliman II, and with the UC continuously trying to get us to avoid this planet, with the planet and the situation there that the Vanguard just sent us on, I definitely think that we've stumbled across something big. But I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you press the like button. Hope you consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know what you think down below. Take care.